Hello, my name is Jonnie Luminaire, and I've noticed quite a few quest guides exist for Glow, but most of their gear setups and equipment are absolutely ludicrously insane. So today I'm going to be giving you a quick guide on how to beat Glow for a relatively low cost, and the stats and everything else, and I'll go over Iron Man concerns and all that nonsense. So I'll go ahead and put up some timestamps for people that need to look at what they're looking at, and let's go ahead and get started. I find most quest guides are actually correct in their assumption of the stats that you need to beat this. 75 base stats around everything is generally a good rule of thumb. Uh, Obviously, 80 health is another thing that is a major concern during the fight and in most quest guides, and I'm inclined to agree with them. So, as far as that goes, stats are the exact same as a recommendation. For my character, I'm going to put my stats up on the screen so you know what I'm working with. The only thing that's really different is that I have 89 magic. In the fight I'm going to show in this video, the stat itself doesn't affect too much because I end up tanking quite a bit of hits, but I block just enough to win.
For our base armor, we're just going to be using full Ranger Void. For Ironman, it is a little hard to get Black Bee Hide, so that's the only reason why I'm not recommending it. You can, of course, go with it if you have a high crafting level, but for everyone else that maybe doesn't want to grind that hard, you can just go for full void and it'll get the job done. For our boot slot, we're just going to go with snakeskin boots. They're not particularly hard to get your hands on, they're pretty cheap, and for Ironman, you have to get 70 crafting to do Monkey Madness 2 anyway. So these are a crafting requirement of 45. Our amulet will be an amulet of accuracy. I know, kind of a weird pick, but I've noticed a lot of guides go out of their way to say to use an Amulet of Fury, which is insane. You don't need that, and all this takes is killing imps and just getting the beads, so very straightforward. For our cape slot, we're going with a Neva's Accumulator. Kind of an obvious pick. It has a range bonus, it gives a magic bonus, and also helps you keep your ammo. For our ring slot, we're going with the Lunar Ring from Lunar Diplomacy. It offers a magic defense bonus, and that's all it really does. In the shield slot, we're going to be going with a Mind Shield for the magic defense bonus it gives. It's not very hard to get your hands on, requiring about 30 smithing. You can, of course, go with a D-Hide shield of some kind if you want to get the range accuracy bonus and magic defense bonus, because they are equal to the Mind Shield, but it's not necessary. For a weapon, we're going to be going with a rune crossbow. The crazy archaeologist in the wilderness drops 2 of these pretty commonly. For our ammo, we're going to be going with enchanted adamant bolts. We're going to be using 2 variants of these, ruby and diamond. For Ironman, getting your hands on these will be a little tricky, but the best place I have found would be in Tarn's Lair. You can kill some high-level zombies and get a 1 in 128 drop of adamant bolts, and then all you have to do is tip and enchant them. And for our long-range switch during the second phase, we're going to be using a yew longbow. You can obtain one of these for as low as 23 Hunter from a young Impling. You can, of course, go with something better if you want to, but it's not necessary. We're also going to be using rune arrows. For our potions, we're going to be going with 1 prayer potion, 1 restore potion, which may seem a little weird to some people because glow doesn't lower your stats, but it'll make sense in just a bit. A single ranging potion. This potion can be obtained in Tarn's Lair by the level 60 to 80 zombies. It's about a 1 in 25% chance of getting it. So, not too bad to get, and yeah, you can get it while you're training. A defense potion, and a Wizard's Mind Bomb. Yeah, that's right. A Wizard's Mind Bomb. It gives you +4 magic, which is going to be very important for the 3rd phase, and is only worth like 2 GP. 3 GP from the Valdor pub. For food, we're going to be going with tuna loaded potatoes. In order to even get to Monkey Madness 2, you have a 70 cooking requirement, and tuna loaded potatoes are 68. They heal for 22. They're a little tedious to make, but overall, I think they're a great pick. Now let's get into the fight. I'm not going to tell you just to use all this equipment without showing you it actually works, so let's just get right into it. The first phase is an absolute joke. You're just going to range it and he won't be able to touch you. Just click on him and shoot him. Make sure that you're using your adamant tipped ruby bolts. Yeah, okay. It's such a tongue twister to say that. Anyway, just make sure that you're using your ruby bolts when you're shooting at him to try to skip through this phase pretty quick. It may take a little bit to hit him at this point because you haven't drank your ranger potion or anything else, but the ruby bolt will make sure that you do a crap ton of damage to him really quick. You may also notice that I don't have any room for my shield in my inventory at the moment. And in just a second that will be fixed, so don't be too worried about it. And there we go. There's the proc of the Ruby Bolt. It did about 100 damage. Ruby Bolts, for those that don't know, the higher health an opponent has, the more damage it can do whenever it procs. So now I'm able to eat one of my pieces of food because my Ruby Bolt procced, and I switched my Yew Longbow. The reason I switched my Yew Longbow and I go with my rune arrows here is because we're going to be safe spotting him during this phase. In order to safe spot him, it's a little tricky, but effectively just stand on the left side of this corridor, click on him, and just kind of gently bring him over. He does a range attack that's kind of, I think it's typeless damage, but effectively it can hit super hard. It hits like 33s, 44s, it's very high. But if you can drag him in and let him hit you about 3 times, typically you can drag him over here and then he'll just be safe spotted. The tile I have marked is not naturally marked. You have to mark it in rune light. The best way to kind of gauge where it is there are a bunch of rocks in this room, like little pebbles on the ground. You can see one of the tiles on the ground has absolutely no rocks on it. All you have to do is go 2 tiles north, 1 tile east, and that is where the safe spot is. You can easily stand here and just plink Glow to death. It is not difficult to do. And that's it. You can, of course, kill him quicker if you're using a magic longbow or anything better. I've seen people recommending using a twisted bow. Yeah, in my opinion, that's just entirely too much gun. You can kill this guy with a Yew longbow and some rune arrows. It's really not necessary to go with better equipment. Anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and speed up the footage because this is literally phase 2, and that's it. Let's get to it. Alright, so phase 3 is, it's not a very complex phase, but there is a very small margin for error. So what you're going to do is you're going to make sure that your rune crossbow and your mind shield are equipped. You're going to make sure that you're set to rapid on your crossbow, and you're going to make sure that you have your prayer set up so that you have your praying magic, and you also have Hawkeye on. And that's pretty much all I'm going to be doing in this beginning setup. You're also going to be switching to your diamond bolts. For those that don't know, the diamond bolt just adds a little bit, I'm not sure if it adds accuracy or just adds like a higher hit chance without it being able to hit you. I think you can hit like 30 somethings with it. But effectively, that's why we go with diamond bolts instead of ruby bolts here. It's just so that we have a more reliable chance at killing Glow. You're also going to drink your Wizard's Mind Bomb, drink your Restore after you drink your Mind Bomb, and then you're going to drink your Ranger Potion and Defense Potion. And you're going to just click on Glow and start fighting him. The rotation for fighting him during this phase is very straightforward, but very quick. Effectively, he's going to drag you in with his magic attack, which you're highly resistant to, because of both of your armor and the Wizard's Mind Bomb, the Defense Potion, all that nonsense. And you're going to click on him and just wait till you get right next to him, in which case he's going to pull you in. You're going to click on him, shoot him, take a step back, eat a food. Click on him, shoot him, take a step back, eat some food. That is the entire rotation of the fight. No matter what you're doing, always be thinking about clicking to shoot him, taking a step away, eating something. Clicking to shoot him, taking a step away, drinking a potion. It doesn't matter what's going on. You need to be taking a step back, you need to be clicking on him, taking a step back, and then eating something. Almost all of the time. And that is the entire rotation of the fight. The rune crossbow and the diamond bolts will absolutely tear through him, and the mind shield will help make sure that you're not getting hit for as often for 30s and 40s and all other kinds of nonsense, because Glow can hit incredibly hard during this phase. Once again, I've seen people come in here and they recommend equipment that's in the millions. It's really not necessary. You can just get this done with just this cheap equipment. Anyway, this is pretty much the fight. Just always keeping this rotation in your head of just click on him, take a step back, and shoot. Something of interest is since I'm refighting him, since I've already beat Monkey Madness, sometimes Glow is a little bit like a tile to the west more than he is during the base fight, and that can cause him to use his range attack for some reason. I'm not quite sure why that is. If that happens, literally just step one tile to the west, and he will stop doing it and keep doing his magic attack. And that's it. That's all of the stuff I can really tell you about Glow. I'm just gonna let the footage play out here because I think I kill him in maybe 1 or 2 more shots. And that's it. That's how you can beat Glow for a low-cost setup.